Yes, ma'am. Yeah, no, it's coming. It's coming. You'll be alright. Yes, ma'am. I will. Sure, ma'am. No problem. I'll let you know. Okay. I can see. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. We are all set. Abhinav, start.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Anjum Babu Khan, ma'am, members of the Springfield Management Committee, respected principal, ma'am, respected teachers, parents, and my dear students. A very good evening to you all, and a very warm welcome to the annual Investiture Ceremony of Springfields International School for the academic year 2020-2021. Today, we present before you the newly elected team of our talented and dynamic council members who will be officially appointed into their roles and responsibilities in the presence of our honorable chief guest in this sacred tradition of our school. It is wonderful that despite all the challenges due to the global pandemic, we are still able to stay in touch and we connected with each other with the help of technology. At Springfields International, we constantly strive towards providing holistic and complete education to our students, which takes them beyond mere information into the realm of wisdom and knowledge and allows them to fully blossom into wise, skilled, competent, and ethical individuals who will aspire and inspire to make a positive impact on the society. Our amazing team of council members consists of bright, intellectually sound, and morally aware young leaders who will take on their roles and responsibilities with sincerity and commitment and will uphold the values of our school of truth, honesty, and integrity. Renowned statesman John Quincy Adams once famously said, and I quote, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Iron quote. Let us all begin this wonderful evening with a sacred offering to the divine. Mother Teresa said that God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now have a prayer recital by Muhammad Ali Furqan and Mir Hamza Ali of Grade 10. Let us all pray to the Almighty for His infinite grace and blessings.
In the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful. Praise be to God, the Lord of universe, and the most compassionate and the most merciful. Lord of the day of judgment, thee alone we worship, and to thee alone we pray for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom thou hast favored, not of those who have incurred thy wrath, nor of those who have gone astray.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
After that divine recital, we will now flag off today's ceremony with our school song and the hoisting of the school flag. This song, in every sense, represents the voice of each student of SFI and embodies the spirit of the school to move, learn, and grow together in knowledge. May the Almighty's abundant blessings always be on our students in school and may they always succeed and shine. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware of the devastating impact caused by the coronavirus pandemic, which has claimed the lives of millions of people, disrupted many more, and has brought the world to a total standstill. The volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity of these VUCA times, which have become a reality of our present, have put many in the fear of the uncertain future. It is during times like these that it is even more important for us to hold on to hope and have faith in ourselves, in humanity, and the divine. Our young dreamers are here with a strong message of hope and faith for the world, for a better, brighter, and a safer future. The students of SFI will now present the song We Are the World Before You All. This Grammy Award winning number was written by legendary artists Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie with a profound message of hope, love, and compassion.
When we hated and fought, when the world was come together as one, there are people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand to life. helping hand. You're the
We are the
we are the
we
children.
are the
We are the
children.
ones. It's a brighter day. Let's start
We
giving.
are
Let's make choice
the
making. We're saving our own lives. For a better day, just you and
and
me.
me. It's true. A better day, just you and me.
This year at our school, despite the lockdown and all the challenges due to the global pandemic, we have managed to still stay successfully connected with our students. With the help of technology and with immense help from our technical and support teams, we've been able to successfully conduct online sessions for all our students. Our team of council members was elected by our students and staff after a round of fair elections which were held online. Each student was given the opportunity to participate. They had to design their own logo, motto, and present their petitions to the people to earn a spot in the student council. We'll now introduce the members of our student council for the academic year 2020 and 2021, and they will be officially appointed in their roles with the oath taking ceremony. The responsibility of representing the school at all formal and informal locations rests primarily on the shoulders of the head prefects of the school. They lead by example and are expected to follow their duties sincerely and guide other prefects and students with them. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the head boy of Springfields International for the academic year 2020-2021, Mr. Muhammad Ali Furkhan of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Muhammad Ali Furqan. I have been elected as the head boy of Springfield International School and I aspire to become a doctor.
Presenting a head girl for this academic year, Ms. Sayyeda Kulsum Shehtaj of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Saida Kulsum Shehtaj of grade 10. I have been elected as the head girl of Springfield International School and I aspire to become a scientist.
Our deputy head boy, Mr. Mir Hamza Ali of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mir Hamza Ali of grade 10. I've been elected as a deputy head boy of Springfield International School and I aspire to become a footballer.
Presenting our deputy head girl, Miss Munisa Fatima of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Monisa Fatima of grade 10. I have been elected as the deputy head girl of Springfield International School. I aspire to become a psychologist to help and understand people.
Sports are an integral part of a student's life. They inculcate a spirit of sportsmanship, teamwork, and bring focus and determination to a student. The sports captains have an important responsibility of representing the school in the various sports arenas and ensuring that the sporting events of the school are conducted in an efficient manner. Presenting our sports captains, Mr. Muhammad Asim Khan and Ms. Shifa Akhtar of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Asim Khan, and I have been elected as the sports captain of Springfield International School, and I aspire to become a footballer.
Good evening, everyone. I am Shifa Akhtar of grade 10, and I have been elected as the sports captain of Springfield International School. I aspire to become a nutritionist.
A student's life is incomplete without the various cultural events and competitions, which give them the opportunity to showcase and enhance their talents. The responsibility of organizing these cultural events and ensuring participation of the students is entrusted to the Cultural Secretary of the school. Presenting our Cultural Secretary, Mr. Omar Mohammad Tawfiq of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I am Umar Muhammad Tawfiq of grade 9. I have been elected as the Cultural Secretary of Springfield International School. I aspire to become a businessman.
The literary secretary of the school is given the responsibility of organizing all the literary events and competitions in the school and for encouraging students to enhance their verbal, linguistic, and written skills. This year's literary secretary of SFI is Miss Sania Khansa of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sanya Khansa of grade 9. I have been elected as a literary secretary of Springfield's International School. I aspire to become a sports person to make the country proud.
Discipline is a very important aspect of a student's life. Without discipline, a student cannot make progress and achieve success. The responsibility of maintaining discipline and order among students is entrusted to the discipline secretary. Our discipline secretary for this academic year is Mr. Ziauddin Alvi of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Syed Ziauddin Alvi of Spring. I have been elected as a discipline secretary of Springfields International School, and I aspire to become a footballer.
The responsibility of helping maintain a good physical and social environment in the school for proper growth of the students is entrusted to the environmental and social secretary of the school. This year's environmental and social secretary is Miss Shaima Fatima of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Shaima Fatima of grade 10th, and I have been elected as the Environmental Secretary of Springfields International School. I aspire to become an ophthalmologist.
Moving on, at SFI, we have an international secretary who will help coordinate with all the international events and programs of the school. Our international secretary for this academic year is Miss Juveria Rahman of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Juveria Rahman of grade 10. I have been elected as the International Secretary for Springfields International School. I aspire to become a civil engineer.
The art secretary of the school is given the responsibility of organizing and coordinating for the various art programs and exhibitions in the school. This year's art secretary is Miss Amina Siddiqa of grade 9. At our school, ensuring the safety and well-being of all our students is of utmost importance to us. And therefore, we've appointed 3 student safety secretaries who will help the school in ensuring a safe and secure environment for the students. Our student safety secretaries are Ms. Samina Zeba of grade 10, Ms. Naila Amar of grade 10, and Mr. Muhammad Farazuddin Mogis of grade 10.
Good evening, everyone. I am Samina Zeba of grade 10. I aspire to become a doctor and I have been elected as the student safety secretary.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nalamar Break of grade 10, and I've been elected as the Safety Student Secretary for Springfields International School, and I aspire to become an IT engineer.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mohammad Faraz of grade 10, and I have been elected as the Student Safety Secretary of Springfield International School and aspire to become a doctor and serve the humanity.
We have 4 houses in our school named after 4 beautiful flowers: chrysanthemum, daffodils, iris, and rose. We'll now present the captains and vice captains of the respective houses. Captain of Chrysanthemum House is Mr. Muhammad Mehdi Saudagar of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I have been elected as house captain.
Vice captain of Chrysanthemum House is Miss Alisha Hassan of grade 8.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alicia Hassan of grade 8, and I have been elected as the vice captain of Chrysanthemum House. I aspire to become a teacher to educate poor people in our country.
Captain of Daffodil's House is Mr. Habib Hussain of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I am Habib Hussain of grade 9. I have been elected as Daffodil's House Captain of Springfield's International School. I aspire to become a football player and want to represent my school at national level.
Vice Captain of Daffodil's House is Miss Barida Zoha of grade 8.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Barida Zuba of grade 8. I have been elected as a vice captain of Daffodils and I aspire to become a CID officer.
Moving on to the next house, Captain of Iris House is Miss Sumaya Amtul Noor of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sumaya Amtul of grade 9, and I have been elected as the Iris House Captain of Springfield's International School, and I aspire to become a philanthropist.
Vice Captain of Iris House is Mr. Mohammad Wase of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mohammad Wase of 9th grade. I have been elected as the Irish House Vice Captain and I aspire to become my
And last but not the least, we have House Rose. The Captain of Rose House is Miss Sayyeda Sumaya of grade 9.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sayyeda Sumaya of grade 9. I have been elected as the Rose House Captain of Springfield International School. I aspire to be a doctor. Thank you.
And the Vice Captain of House Rose is Miss Ariba Narmeen of grade 8.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ariba Narmeen of grade 8 and I have been elected as the Vice Captain of Rose House of Springfield International School and I aspire to become an English scholar.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Student Council of Springfield International School for the academic year 2020-2021. I now invite our head girl, Ms. Sayyeda Kulsum Shehtaj, to administer the oath to the Student Council.
We, the members of the Student Council,
We, the members of the Student Council
of Springfield International School,
of Springfield
International
School,
hereby promise to abide by the rules and regulations
promise to abide by the regulations
that govern us, uphold and respect the ideals of the school,
uphold and respect the ideals of the school
in the true spirit of sportsmanship,
in the true spirit of sportsmanship,
for the glory and honor of our school and nation.
for the glory and honor of our nation.
We promise to undertake the responsibilities and duties
We promise to undertake the responsibilities and duties
that are entrusted to us with earnestness and sincerity.
with earnestness and sincerity.
Hearty congratulations to all the members of the Student Council. We're sure that you'll make us proud and that you'll do you'll follow your roles and responsibilities with sincerity and commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor and a privilege to introduce our chief guest this evening, Dr. Anjum Babu Khan ma'am, the Director of Education of the Springfields Education Group. Anjum ma'am is a psychologist, a dedicated educator, a visionary thought leader, author, and a passionate learner who seamlessly blends her enriching experiences, intellectual accomplishments, and leadership towards delivering substance in whatever she sets out to do. She has developed an innovative and a creative educational ecosystem across all her institutions that focus on cherishing the experience called childhood and create learning places that are nurturing spaces. She leads the Teaching Learning Community, TLC, with the vision to deliver both character and competence through pedagogy, curriculum development, capacity building of teachers with professional development, procuring the best international resources, giving creative interior design inputs, and guiding of the academics, co-curricular, extracurricular activities, as well as the administration. Her expertise lies in the application of the multiple intelligence theory, which is holistic and more student-centered. She believes that the more ways we teach, the more children we reach. Multiple intelligence, brain compatible learning, and 7 habits are among her many areas of expertise that she has cultivated at her institutions. She firmly believes in learning and leading, and thus continues to equip herself with courses in a multitude of areas, particularly in education, creativity, and leadership. A voracious reader, she's very passionate about her spiritual book club of 15 years. She has many awards and accolades to her credit for her outstanding work. She was recently conferred with the Indian Achievers Award for Excellence in Education. May I now request our honorable guest, Dr. Anjum Ma'am, to kindly share a few words with us.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty. Just give me one moment. Hello, everyone. Good evening to one and all, Springfields International School. I'd like to first give a very, very hearty congratulations to the entire newly invested Student Council. Bahut Mubarak. I think that your leadership skills, your academic record, your co-curricular involvement, all the ways that you have demonstrated leadership has made you worthy of the votes of getting into the Student Council. This is a wonderful opportunity for leadership, and I wish you all the very best. I hope that you will learn and grow as an individual, and you will learn a lot of transferable skills for life during this Student Council opportunity. So congratulations to all the parents as well for this wonderful opportunity the student has. Now, Abhinav, you're doing a great job, by the way, in being the master of ceremony. I'm really proud of how well you're conducting this whole thing. Now, I'm just going to share my screen because I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about basically what Springfield stands for. We are a flourishing garden which nurtures minds, hearts, and spirits. We have just launched a whole person approach this year, and it's very much integrated to what our pedagogy is about multiple intelligence. So I want to take this opportunity to talk to our leaders about how they are going to be examples of how they can, in this pandemic situation of the VUCA times that we're living in, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But we can take this whole person approach from our pedagogy and implement this. And I think that this is really going to help us all in these uncertain times that we're living in. So give me a moment to just share my screen, and there we go. And then I will continue talking. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
You can see. Okay, great, great. Let me put it on slideshow. Okay, so I'm really, really, really excited about this. You know, we have been talking about holistic learning for a very long time, and an opportunity like Student Council or any other extracurricular activity that you fall in, really, it is those activities that really carve a lot of strengths and talents within an individual. And it's not just the academics, not to say that academic excellence is not important. And basically, I'd like to just share with you what the global demand is. It was very nice to see that the student council members, some were aspiring to be doctors and psychologists and, businessmen, and they all have, a lot of wonderful career goals. But when we talk to, thousands of employers from across 24 different countries, these are the skills that they're looking for from their future employees. They're looking for positive thinking, problem solving skills. They want individuals who are creative, innovative, can multitask, who can take initiative, have cultural sensitivity, they accept responsibility, they're great team workers, they have empathy, excellent communication, and of course, time management to juggle everything, and professional manners. And when we take a look at this spectrum of what is demanded in the global scenario, we see that it really falls in very well with the 5 C's of the 21st century that we always talk about, and the 7 habits of highly effective people. Now, the 5 C's are also correlated with the multiple intelligences as well, as you've seen me share in other programs. But since this program is about investiture ceremony and not a pedagogy, I want to be a little bit more brief. But congrats to all the leaders. You have shown that there is a leader in you. And we have this paradigm at Springfield School of really, really growing and nurturing the leadership density. And I'm glad to see that the student council is very large. There's a lot of different aspects that people are looking into, whether it's culture or literature or, safety. There's a lot of opportunity for so many different individuals to come up. Now, when we look at the paradigms of the 7 habits, we see that Stephen Covey really tried to change that paradigm of leadership, of potential, of change, of education, and of motivation. And again, when we evaluate this as through our pedagogy framework, we understand that yes, everyone can be a leader. We understand that yes, change starts with me. We recognize with multiple intelligence that everyone has genius. And with multiple intelligence, we have always worked on developing the whole person. And that our job as educators is to really just empower our students to lead their own learning. We're not here to spoon feed children. We know that children come to us with their own God-given potential, and we just need to create opportunities in which it comes out and flourishes. And that's really what Springfield's, that nature metaphor is there, that we're nurturing and we're cultivating for you all children to just grow in a very, very holistic way. And in the whole person approach, we see that you want to concentrate on your mind. You want to be able to learn and think critically. You want to be able to love with gratitude and kindness in your heart and develop your character. You want to be able to live fully alive and well with your body through sports and physical training, etc. And in your spirit, at the end of the day, we're all here for a very short, limited time. And are we going to leave this earth better than we found it? Are we going to make a positive mark in the world in our short time here? So we're really, a physical being. We're really a spiritual being having a physical experience in this earthly realm. And how is it that we exercise our spirit? And the whole body approach that I'm talking about with the teachers and with the students, and every week we're concentrating on different dimensions, be it the heart. We talked about that in the emotional dimension the last couple of weeks with gratitude and kindness. And now we're going to move into the physical dimension of, being, in tune with nature, understanding that nature nurtures. We celebrated Vana Mahotsav, and we're going to be looking at bodily kinesthetic intelligence. We're going to be looking at the spirit and the mind, and I'll share a little bit more about that with you. But the entire thing is very, very important. And the student council, what I'd like to share with them is you have to be authentic leaders. You have to sort of walk the talk. You have to show how you've imbibed this whole person approach. and be an inspiration to your peers and your classmates. And it's one thing if I, as a director of education, share this with you, your principal shares this with you, your teachers share it with you, but your classmates, your peers are going to connect more easily to you, and they are looking up to you as inspiration. So, for the parents who are logged on, I just want to take a few minutes to explain how you can actually support this parent partnership at home. So, 3 weeks ago, when we introduced the whole person approach, the first week we started with a recording our acts of kindness, right? And we saw a Simon Sinek video about how acts of kindness, whether you do them, receive them, or observe them, how it actually releases oxytocin in the brain and it actually makes you happier. So, right now, when we're living in VUCA times, we really need to sort of support this social and emotional learning. And with Kavi, we know that we need to make deposits into the emotional bank accounts of all the key relationships that we hold in life. We're gonna make kindness count. We're gonna grow richer and richer in our emotional relationships when you do these daily deposits, right? Emotional deposits in each other's bank accounts, emotional bank accounts. Now, this is kind of similar to the idea of sadaqah, right? You're supposed to perform acts of sadaqah as many joints there are in your body. Same thing, acts of kindness. And then when we kind of I just want to take a few minutes inspires us that really explain did I do anything you can actually support. How was I with my elders? How was I with my siblings? What did I do for people who have less than I do? Did I share my food? Did I share some kindness? Did I lend a helping hand? Right? So the student council needs to epitomize their kindness and the way that they help others, right? And you're going to be the inspiration. Now, for intrapersonal intelligence, the next week we talked about growing in gratitude, noting our blessings on a daily basis. Now, again, this is very much a part of our culture and our heritage and our faith about shukr, right? When we write down what it is that we are grateful for, when we look at the glass as half full rather than half empty, when we can be grateful to Almighty for what we have rather than what we don't have right now. And yes, this is a very trying time. This is a very stressful time. This is a very confusing and complex time. We don't know when COVID is going to go away from our lives. We don't know if our lives are going to return back to the way that they used to be. But look at what's working well. We're safe. We're in our homes, we're with our loved ones, we're with our family. So while we're conducting acts of kindness and we're growing, we're counting our blessings, we are working on our heart. We're working on our emotional dimension, right? And we mature social and emotionally by focusing on our relationships and focusing on what it is that we can be grateful for. Okay, so I request the entire student council, not just the head boy and the head girl, each and every one of you, talk to your peers, talk to the young ones, and share your examples. Share your examples, because when I do that with my teachers, it inspires them, right? I'm not doing it to be boastful. I'm doing it so that it opens up a space in our heart that, wow, that's so beautiful. You did that for your mom and dad. I should actually do that for my mom and dad. Oh my God, they, did this. I think I can do that as well. Why don't I share this? Why don't I share my food? Why don't I share some time and effort? Why don't I spend some time with my elders? Just look at how, yes, there's a lot of ugly things in the world. There's a lot of confusing and scary things in the world, but look at how we can make it beautiful, because change starts with me, right? Children, change starts with you. Everyone can be a leader. You can be a leader. You are a leader, and you have to lead by example. Now, this week, we're going to be getting into our physical space, right? we're going to be getting into the physical domain, the physical dimension. And as we have sowed the seeds of kindness and gratitude, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding how we're going to grow green and nurture nature and let nature nurture us, right? And then the following week, we're going to increase the vitality of our bodies and experience what it's like to be fully alive, to have our health, to boost our immunity. So this week, you're going to be with your parents and with parent partnership. We're going to be going green. As we kicked off Vana Mahotsav last week, we're going to think green, we're going to act green. Okay. And that means that we are going to see how how nature is enjoyable and how nature can actually help us, heal us. We're going to go on like a junk food fast. We're going to discuss the nature metaphor. I've shared some lovely, lovely videos with all of you. Springfields itself is a nature metaphor. All the language that we use in Springfields is inspired by nature, about how we blossom, how we nurture, how we cultivate, how we grow, right? There's so much that nature can teach us if we're willing to learn. And when we saw the lockdown happen, did you see how the air became cleaner? The birds were chirping, some wildlife came back, how the air just seemed more cleaner to breathe. So let nature nurture us, and let us learn to be sustainable, right? We only have one earth, and that's the planet, and we need to do things that are mindful and daily green acts, record them. Okay. And then the following week, we're going to just boost our bodies. We're going to learn how to be fully alive. We're going to activate our vitality. Every week, we're going to give our bodies that required exercise, movement, stretching. We're going to record what good we're doing for this physical temple that houses our body, mind, and spirit. Health is wealth. Our bodies are an amanat, right? What did we do with our bodies? How did we take care of it? A healthy mind is in a healthy body. So we need to build physical wellness through proper nutrition, rest, exercise, stress management. And yes, in VUCA times there is stress, but when we take care of ourselves in our bodies, we're going to be healthier. Our immunity is going to be stronger. Okay. So one director is not going to be able to do this. One principal is not going to be able to do this. One teacher is not going to be able to do this. But the entire student council, the student body, each and every one of you taking action will be able to do this. You're going to make your families healthier and more aligned to nature and living more sustainably, right? So whatever it is that you do, you're going to share that with your leadership skills, with your families, maybe your neighbors, maybe your extended family. And this is the rippling effect. This is the rippling effect of the whole person approach. This is the rippling effect of leadership. Okay, my dear children. Next, the spirit. After that, we're going to start the part 3, which is unleashing the spirit's creative energy. Okay, we're going to tap into the visual, spatial, and the musical rhythmic, because there are images that spark joy. You're going to hear about this a little bit later. I'm not going to go into detail, but musical rhythmic, finding poems and songs that move you. I'm just sharing a small little, I don't know how to do watercolors. I was just trying my hand out very, very initially, and I just painted a little match, a light that I wanted to do. And I found a poem that says, if you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. It's something very simple but very profound. I used a quote and I used a visual image. And when we increase our own light, we brighten the environment around ourselves. We let that nur radiate. And it's very, very important that we constantly seek light, and we constantly seek to enlighten ourselves, in very, very holistic ways. So we're going to develop spiritually by expressing kindness expressing gratitude. This is something that every major religion of the world will encourage you to do, right? We're going to read inspiring literature or scripture. We're going to meditate. We're going to pray. We're going to spend time basking in nature and helping sustain it, right? And that's how we're going to build our spiritual dimension. And last but not least, our mind, which is obvious, we work on our minds in school, right? We're going to continue to strengthen our communication skills and our critical thinking skills. When we look at verbal linguistic, we're going to read to lead. We're going to nurture the habit of reading and comprehension. With logical mathematical, we're going to increase our mental fitness by thinking creatively, analytically. We're going to think with our higher order thinking skills. We're going to perhaps adopt a reading and math program, just a daily 20, 30 minutes. That's kind of the magic formula. If you spend time in nature about 20 minutes, if you exercise 20 minutes, if you read for 20 minutes, if you do some mental fitness activities, all across your whole person approach, little bit of 20 minutes every other day. So you can cover all the intelligences, strengthening all your intelligences and capacities through these activities. And in this slide, I'm basically sharing that when we talk about 21st century skills and the 7 habits and the intelligences, it's all here. It's with the heart, the mind, the body, and the spirit. Okay, and this is how we actually build it, and we're basically trying to nurture these habits over the next several weeks throughout the school year, and I need the student council's help and support for that. Okay, so that's my little presentation that I wanted to take this opportunity and share with all of you. Thank you for your patience for that. But like I said, it's not going to be one person. It's going to be leadership density. I'm increasing the density of leadership with the heads, the teachers, and now it's the students. It's the student council. So wish you all the very best. Congratulations once more. Stay safe, stay indoors, lead, increase your light, and make this world a better place. God bless all of you.
Before I return to my script, I just wanted to add that we as teachers and as staff at Springfield have started the work on the whole body approach. And we've been attending sessions that ma'am has been taking. It's always wonderful and it's always so enriching to listen to ma'am. And yes, during these times when stress was slowly creeping into the mind, applying the principles and the guidelines that she shared with us made a huge difference, not just to me, but to my whole family. And we could actually feel it, whether it was gratitude or by expressing kindness. And that actually inspired us. And that's something that I picked up from Anju ma'am, is that she leads from back. She makes more leaders and she walks the talk. She leads by example. Thank you, ma'am, once again for inspiring us with your kind words of wisdom. I'm sure the wonderful council members and the wonderful team here will be able to take on from what you shared with us, and will be able to share it with the whole, with everyone in their surroundings, and we will be able to create that wonderful rippling effect.
Yes, inshallah.
Inshallah. Moving on. As ma'am said, health and fitness play a crucial role in a student's life. And at our school, we ensure that our students stay healthy and fit through various sports and fitness routines such as karate, gymnastics, and cardio aerobics. This academic year, despite the lockdown, our trainers have been making sure that our students stay fit and healthy by conducting online sessions for them. So now we have our young fitness enthusiasts who are going to enthrall you all with their cardio aerobics. I now invite our respected principal, ma'am, Mrs. Caroline Diana Ross, to share a few words with us.
Ma'am, you need to unmute yourself.
We can't hear.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So before I start, I'd like to congratulate all of our students for having taken on this role into the student leadership body for this academic year. I'd like to quote Jack Welch, a famous business person from America, who said, "Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others." My dear students, I have a piece of advice for each one of you. Your power and authority will flow from your responsible behavior and the examples that you set. Your fellow students must see in you an ideal schoolmate. You cannot go and show them a piece of paper stating your authority and expect them to do what you yourself do not practice. Conviction, integrity, and compassion are the keys to your success. In a position of responsibility, you will also lose a bit of your freedom. You will be more stringently scrutinized than before. Everybody around you will expect more from you. You will also have to make a balance between your additional responsibilities and your studies, co curricular activities, and sports. That is where your leadership qualities will be put to the test. And I'm sure that the leader in you will definitely take Springfields International to a new high. To our dear parents who are watching us, I'd like to speak a few words. You are our partners in education. We are all in an unfamiliar situation and we have no clue how we're going to get out of it. But we need to think more importantly of our children. We need to keep them happy and focus on their mental well being amidst rising anxiety and isolation. During this time of crisis, we will have to be empathetic and understanding and show compassion and care for each other. Each of us will handle things differently. There will be times you can offer help to others and times when you will need help from others. I thank each one of you in advance for being there to help one another and for asking for help when you need it. You are all strong and we will get through this. Our academics are committed to ensuring that students have access to the correct guidance and knowledge they need. We are really looking forward to all that we can do, all the learning that can take place, and keep our community together during this very difficult time. We are all going to get through this. So I'd like to end by saying take care, be healthy, and be safe. Let's all embrace this online journey and make the most of it together. Thank you.
Sir, you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. So, ladies and gentlemen, our newly appointed student council members are all set to take on their duties with sincerity and commitment. These fearless young leaders are not afraid of any obstacles that might come their way, because deep in their hearts, they do believe that we shall overcome. Our student council will present before you all the song Hum Honge Kamyab, which carries a beautiful message of hope and victory.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall.
On that note, I'd like to say to you all that let us remember that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that all the obstacles that we face are temporary, and that they too shall pass. Let us remember that we shall overcome. Let us be sure of a bright, happy, and a secure future for ourselves and for our loved ones. I'd now like to invite our Literary Secretary, Ms. Sania Khansa, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the management and staff of Springfield International School, we wish to express a heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Anjum Babu Khan Ma'am, and all the dignitaries for gracing the occasion with their presence and enlightening us with their pearls of wisdom. We would like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to our Principal Ma'am for her strong guidance and continuous support and encouragement, and to all our teaching, admin, technical, and support staff for their tireless effort and contribution towards making this event a grand success. Last but not the least, we wish to express our deepest gratitude to our respected parents and well-wishers for their faith, support, and cooperation, and to all our dear students for the impressive work and dedication to their performances. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this wonderful ceremony. We thank you all for being with us this evening and hope you all had a wonderful time. You're all now requested to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
जय हिंद
जय हिंद
जय हिंद
जय हिंद
We once again